In the stillness of midnight, my living room was lit only by the faint blue glow of an old television screen. I hadn't even turned it on. I was dozing off on the couch when the static suddenly crackled to life, filling the room with a soft hiss. I jolted awake, heart pounding, unsure if I was dreaming or if the TV had really come alive by itself. Suddenly, an official alert title card snapped onto the screen, white text on a black background. A shrill tone blared twice, and an eerily calm voice announced, "This is an emergency broadcast. This is not a test." I shot upright, every nerve on edge. Not a test? At this hour? The message continued. "Remain indoors. Lock all doors. Do not look outside." The voice was flat and matter-of-fact, which made it even more chilling. A cold prickle crept up my spine as I eyed the curtained window. Was this a twisted prank, or truly a life-or-death warning? I fumbled for the remote and turned up the volume. The broadcast had a distant static under the voice. I tried to rationalize, emergency alerts get tested, sure, but they always say this is only a test. This felt different. No mention of storms or missing persons, just that one dire instruction. My thoughts raced through a dozen horrific possibilities. The warning droned on in a loop. I noticed a text crawl along the bottom. Civil danger alert, effective until dawn. The same instructions repeated. Stay inside. Avoid windows. Don't look outside. Do not investigate strange noises. That last line made my skin crawl. I realized I'd been holding my breath, straining to hear anything beyond the TV's hum. I crept toward the window, drawn by dread and curiosity. Don't look outside. The warning echoed in my mind, but with each step, the urge to see what lurked beyond the glass grew stronger. My fingers hovered at the curtain. I knew I shouldn't, but some part of me had to know if the threat was real or just a nightmare in my head. Before I could pull the curtain, a burst of static erupted behind me. The TV image warped. I thought I saw a contorted silhouette flash on the screen. My stomach lurched. Was the signal glitching, or was something trying to break through? The calm announcer was gone, replaced by garbled whispers under a shrill whine. One distorted murmur almost sounded like my name. Could the broadcast see me somehow? I stumbled back, away from both the TV and the window. A wave of nausea hit me, and I dove behind the couch as if it could shield me. The house fell silent except for the faint crackle of static. I felt utterly alone, wondering if anyone else felt the same fear. For a long minute, I heard nothing but the hiss of static and my heartbeat. Then the TV went silent, and the screen went dark. The broadcast cut out, leaving me alone in darkness and uncertainty. Was it over? Or had I just lost my only lifeline? A terrible thought came. Maybe the broadcast had been protecting us from something out there, and now that protection was gone. I knew I couldn't cower forever. With the TV dead and no instructions, I had to act. I crept out from behind the couch. Would you dare take a look? I summoned my courage and inched to the window, slowly lifting the curtain's edge. I peered through a tiny gap. At first I saw nothing, just darkness and an empty street. Relief washed over me for 1 second. Then I saw it. A figure standing inches outside my window. My veins turned to ice. In the TV's dim glow, I could see its eyes glinting with pale light on a shadowy face. I stumbled back with a strangled yelp as its mouth stretched into an unnatural grin. The next thing I knew, morning light was spilling through the blinds as a neighbor shook me awake. They'd heard a scream and found me unconscious on the floor. The window was shut, and the TV was off. In daylight, the midnight horror felt like a bad dream. Later, the news reported that someone had hijacked the TV broadcast as a hoax. But as night falls again, I still feel an unseen gaze from that window. If it was all just a test, why do I still feel like something out there was watching me? Was it really just a test?